Okay, so this one's with my friends One More Day. Quite a fun one to watch if you ask me. Lots of great conversations about the music industry. We speak about the Liverpool music scene. We speak about No Play and their play. No Play's play. How No Play... Too many plays! We speak about No Play and their role in the Liverpool heavy music scene. Enjoy the podcast.
Right, cool.
We're recording a podcast to a click track.
Yeah, honestly, right? The first podcast I did, I switched on the metronome and I set it to 5 BPM because I was like, right, I'll be able to record longer if I put it to like 5 BPM and just make it last forever.
Oh my god.
So the first podcast is only like, I don't know, like 200 bars long, and then this one will be about 2,000 bars long.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on. How we doing?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm very, very good. This microphone stands doing my head in, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, One More Day.
That's the one.
How many more?
Half of One More Day.
Half of One More Day. I will
Yeah.
have, by the end of this week, I'll have recorded every single member of One More Day, and
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that.
None of them are going to be as good as us, though. So.
Oh, will they not be?
No,
Right,
the
okay.
other two aren't as interesting as
I'm fucking right. Okay.
That's a lie.
Alfie was
sorry,
pretty
Alfie
funny.
and Dylan.
Alfie was pretty funny. I really got on with Alfie.
It's just because he's ginger, though, innit?
I mean, he's like a Viking, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like a Viking.
He needs to like get a long braided beard.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yes.
he'd thrive.
So, he showed me the video. No, not the video. He showed me your new song,
Right.
or one of the new songs,
Yeah.
and
I shouldn't have done that.
I was
Yeah,
very impressed.
Thank you. Yeah,
I was the production,
Yeah.
the vocals, the screams, everything was on point
Nice one.
for real.
Yeah, we worked fucking super hard on that.
Because I've seen on your Instagram you've been in the studio pretty much every day.
Yeah,
It seems that way anyway.
we were in there a lot. Like
Mhm.
it was a lot of just like sitting down and like listening to it again and again and again and just going, right, there's something missing here and
Yeah.
we need to like get it, and just adjusting and tuning everything and going like, okay, that's perfect, yeah, we've got it, and then listening to it the next day and going, no, we haven't, we need to go back. Do you know what I
You'd be
mean?
getting that demoitis.
Yeah,
Mate, it's stressful, isn't
It's
it?
awful.
Oh, right, demoitis can literally ruin a whole album.
Yeah.
You can get to the end of recording it and then be like, yeah, but I could do it better now.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get to, we got to the end of like vocal takes and we did like 2 days of it, and it was just like, okay, like it's done. Like
Yeah.
we've got it perfect. And then like a week later, I listened to it and was like, I need to put something else there. Like
Yeah.
that
They were
needs to
also
change.
completely different, like than the original demo we did.
Yeah.
You got to cut a lot out.
Which is crazy
Yeah.
because the original demo was like really, really different to how it ended up.
Yeah.
But when we brought Alex in, Alex is a genius. Like he's a mastermind.
Yeah.
He came in and did pre-production for us when we in a rehearsal,
Yeah.
and was just like, right, this is good, and you can keep it the same if you want, but I've got like a load of notes, change this, this, and this, and it'll just bring it to a different level.
Yeah.
And it really, really did.
It did.
It sounds great. If you're ever looking for someone to record with, he's the man.
Is he based in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
He's
lives
based
in
in
West.
Otherwell.
Yeah, he lives in West Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
So we like went over to his house and.
That studio's in his house.
No, so the
Oh.
studio we recorded in is in.
I'll say, bro's blessed. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I know, Jesus. The studio we recorded in is in SAE,
Yeah.
the university, because Josh goes to SAE. But yeah, no, he invited us over to his house, like me and someone over, didn't we?
Yeah.
And just like mixed with him like all day, just like adding little bits, like synthy parts and
Yeah.
like extra just to fill it out. And it's, yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with it.
At the sparkle.
At the sparkle,
At
yeah.
the sparkle. Yeah. Have you, with that, like the adding the synths and stuff like that, are you then going to be moving on to going on to playing track live? Will you be going on to play with Click and things like
You
that?
probably
or-
end up playing with Click, just it sounds better if it's tighter.
Exactly. But like, will you have much track in the way of like synths and stuff like that?
We want to try, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's an expensive thing to fucking run live,
Mhm.
because obviously you've got to buy all the in-ears and you've got to buy all the, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we have looked into it, but we will in the end eventually. Like we run tracks live now, but like just like intro tracks and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't
Yeah.
run anything throughout the songs.
Yeah.
But if we can, like we'd like to start doing that, especially after the EP comes out.
Yeah, we'd
Yeah.
also have to write music which is different to fit that in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when the EP comes out, hopefully like we'll have more like synthy stuff on there that we'll be able to use live.
When you go into doing stuff like that, though, it opens up a whole new world of like writing.
Yeah.
Because when you know you can write and have certain things on the track,
Yeah.
you can then write songs for live different. Like you can record with knowing this song will sound like this live.
Yeah, that's it. And I think as well, like having like lost a guitarist, it's like live having that other, do you know what I mean, guitar there to fill it out while just the four of us are on the stage. Like
Yeah.
using a track for that is something that we're like really interested in.
Yeah.
And trying to do that at the minute, do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but again, it's just like playing to a click. If Dylan fucks up
Yeah.
on that click, like we're done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're done for. So
Well, I didn't know that bands actually take someone with them that changes the click track while they play.
I didn't know that.
There's a person that, like, when you get to, obviously, when you have money to afford a person that can do it,
Yeah.
there's, like, a person who can listen out for when someone slips off the click, and they will realign the click for the whole band.
That's
I know.
sick.
I didn't know it existed until, like, the other week.
Jesus.
I can't remember who it was. It might have been, like, Spirit Box or something.
Yeah. Might
They-
have to hire one of them for Dylan.
Yeah.
No offense, Dylan.
Dylan is an insane drummer.
He's yeah. When we first got him, he was okay. Do you know what I mean? He was a good drummer, but in that like kind of year that he's been in the band, he's just like gone to a new level.
I remember playing in Chester with Linkway, and Dylan came to the gig, and after it, because we'd spoke on Instagram, and he came to the gig afterwards, and as we were like packing away, I said, just have a go on the kit if you want, and he started playing, and I was like, his feet are fucking insane.
It's his feet, man. It's his feet.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. Yeah, is the way Dylan like writes parts kind of like frustrates me sometimes, but like as an actual player, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can't fault him. He's so good.
He, with his bass drum, it's like everything's at 127 velocity. He just hits and it goes, and it just... Yeah. It's something I've been working on recently, is getting the power in my feet.
Yeah,
Because I focused on getting speed before I focused on power, and that's a regret of mine.
Yeah.
Like, as a drummer yourself, have you
Yeah.
had an issue with like power before or anything?
See, I always was just like the harder you hit, the better it's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? So I've always just been like kick the shit out of the
Which
kit. Do you know
includes,
what I mean?
which like works in all genres, including jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, I was like the other way. I was like, I'm just gonna work on kicking the shit out of it and like putting as much passion into it as I possibly can, and then I'll like learn the speed side of it and stuff. But like that's another thing with Dylan is he learned the hard stuff first.
Yeah.
So he's now only just kind of going back and learning the basics.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me. So like the stuff that I can play that he can't, but only because it's just so basic and it's so easy, and I don't think he can quite wrap his head around the fact that like it's not like double pedal at like fucking 260 BPM. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, oh, this is just a 4 to the floor. How the fuck do I do this? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, Dylan's great. He was like probably my favourite addition to the
by
band.
far.
Yeah. I really want to... Well, I can't wait to hear him live when we play on the 24th of October.
Oh yeah, is that the announcement?
That is the announcement. That's the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, 24th of October, which is going to be the last ever One More Day gig.
What?
The last ever One More Day gig.
What? Wait. How? Who?
So,
Wait. Explain, America.
me and Sam have been like in this band together since we were like since I was like 16.
Yeah, and I was like 17.
Yeah. So we've been doing this for like a while together.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like we're like them people anymore. You know what I mean?
So the band's kind of run its course at this point. Like, when you've kind of been at the same point for like 4-5 years, it's sometimes better just like start fresh.
Yeah.
We're just kind of letting it go,
Yeah.
and just like we've had fun with it,
Yeah.
but we're just kind of leaving that in the past now. Like it's not who like we are as people anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One More Day is like our fucking 16-year-old passion project. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
We did like horrible Blink covers.
Oh mate, in them early days, Jesus Christ,
Wrote new metal.
wrote new metal
Gone
songs.
from Blink-182 covers to
Fucking
How to Walk Away from a Plane Crash.
yeah. I mean, I love that song, but that's the only song we have at the minute that I really, really like. Do you know what I mean? Especially the only song we have out at the minute that I really like. So, and the music that we're writing now just isn't the same anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just not what One More Day is.
Yeah.
So, new EP, new name, new band. Yeah.
New members?
Maybe.
I'm
We'll
quite
see.
happy with who we've got at the moment.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, not like changing anyone
No.
around wise,
Yeah.
but like
If we found
additions.
someone that was right.
Yeah. Additions possibly.
Do you think you could go down the route of getting a I've forgotten the name, but he's just recently left Bring Me.
Jordan Fish.
Do you reckon you could go down the route of getting a Jordan Fish type of guy?
Yeah.
Is that like the route you're thinking of going?
I mean, we did talk about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's just finding the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Finding someone who can do that.
Because that allows for like that synthy stuff to be done live, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Which is
definitely.
what I like about Bring Me, because they don't rely too much on tracks.
Yeah, it's all done live.
Like Jordan was like the brains behind that side of
Yeah,
Bring Me, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And now it'd be interesting to see what direction they go.
Yeah.
Because I know they've just released the new album,
Mhm.
just released, but like that is just riddled with Jordan in it.
The thing is,
Or was
there's
it not? Because
No,
I'm guessing
no.
you're gonna know.
Yeah. I mean, I love Bring Me. Like, obviously, they're one of like my biggest kind of like influences when it
Yeah.
comes to writing, especially like lyrically and vocally.
Mhm.
It's like the stuff that he does is so unique and just so cool
Yeah,
that it's like it's hard to not take inspiration from that. Do you know what I mean?
that's very true.
But yeah, no. So there's like three or four tracks on that album that were Jordan Fish,
yeah,
and the rest of it is after he left. They
Really?
wrote, yeah, because that's why it took so long for the album to come out. It was meant to come out in January,
oh wow,
and it came out in like May or something,
Yeah.
June, something like that. They just went back to the drawing board, rewrote everything,
wow.
which is
Did
kinda
they
what
rewrite everything, or just like rewrite parts that he?
I think they just kind of like took out his parts and just like gave them to Dan Lancaster and went,
Oh.
"Yeah, you do what you want with this."
That's hard to do because it's like imagine building a house and then being like we've got to redo the interior walls.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing with
Yeah.
with the EP.
Yeah.
We wrote the whole thing, didn't we?
We wrote it like quite a while ago at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. We wrote the whole thing and just kind of went, as like coming up to recording it, we just went, no, we can't do this. We can't record these songs. They're just not good enough. They're not there. They're not like what we want to do at the minute.
That's good because you're putting product before getting it out there.
Yeah,
You want to
definitely.
make sure your product is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's what you want.
That's kind of been an issue with like other songs we put out in the past. To be fair, like if you listen to the mixes stuff we got on Spotify, it's not ideal, and a lot of that is because we rushed it heavily.
Yeah, we did. It was just a thing of like, well, we wanted to get music out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we wanted as many people to like have eyes on us as possible, so we were like, let's just rush it and put these songs out as they are.
Yeah.
In hindsight, like that's a big reason, like that's a big part of the rebrand thing
Yeah.
is like we don't want to associate with them songs anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like that name and that that like brand, it's not obviously not
Yeah.
a brand, but you know what I mean?
Well, it is a brand, isn't it? It's your band. It's a
Yeah.
business, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the way you've got to look at music now, which
Yeah.
is sad, but like it's you've got to run it like a business, like Slipknot are doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I love about One More Day, and it's one of the reasons you are, if not my favourite, one of my favourite bands in Liverpool,
Thank you.
is you care about visual. You
Yeah.
you pay attention to all of the detail and all that kind of stuff, and you, in comparison to other bands, I'm not shitting on anyone,
Yeah, no, obviously.
but with you take care of your visual brand image,
Yeah, yeah.
and you put time and effort into that kind of stuff, and I admire that because you
Yeah.
don't just get a poster and be like, cool, slap our name on it, give a date and time and a ticket. You will do all this extra shit,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
will
that's
make
all
you. That's all you.
That's all Sam.
I feel like if it's
Wow.
meant to be like a passion project, you've got to actually enjoy it, and I enjoy like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
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 Because it's not really like a complete picture if you just have like 5 songs that you turn up to and
Yeah.
fucking play. Like,
Sam's a fucking, when it comes to stuff like that, like it doesn't give himself enough credit, and like no one gives Sam enough credit. You know what I mean? Because he's a
like that.
he's like a mad genius type of guy. Like he's crazy because he just sits down and writes something, and or he'll sit down and like make a poster and like make this thing and come up with this product and just go, yeah, this took me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's cool. And
Yeah.
that would have took me like 6 hours and like
Yeah.
a week's worth of planning to like
50
think of.
YouTube shorts later of
Yeah,
tutorials.
exactly. Like you just come up with some bad stuff, but he's saying no one really, because he just kind of sits there like that, like he's doing now, and just doesn't talk. Do you know what I mean? But
So you're a graphic designer then?
No, I work in the
No.
co-op.
You work in co-op? Mate, you should do some graphic design for some bands. Honestly, you've got the you're the beans.
if anyone wants to hire him,
And it's,
Yeah.
I do it because I enjoy doing it for like One More Day though, and a lot of it is just really derivative of like other media and stuff that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you've ever played like Silent Hill 2 or like any like old school like PS2 games or watched any like anime from like 2008, it's just gonna be like, okay, I see, you just ripped that off Soul Eater. You know?
Fair enough.
yeah.
But like your visual, you can tell that there's time been put into it, especially with, like your t-shirts. And did you make the t-shirts?
No, well, some of them.
Yeah.
The White Halloween ones were made by Josh. He's someone who doesn't get enough like credit for like his visual stuff as well.
He is, to be fair.
He's done a lot of like logos for local bands.
Mm-hmm. It's very similar to I'm not saying it's similar to Linkin Park, but Linkin Park are all everything's done within Linkin
like
Park.
in-house.
They
Yeah.
don't get all these other people to do things for them and stuff. It's all done within Linkin Park.
And I think that's such a big thing, is like, and that's always been a big thing for me when starting a band, because I don't think you've got to look at it as a wider picture. I don't think you can start a band and just go, here's some music, like, and get someone else to do the other stuff. Like, if we've got a song that we're putting out, like, the art has to represent what the song's about, do you know what I mean? And
definitely.
it has to feel like a personal thing, because every song, especially lyrically, every song is always so like personal. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, we don't just like write and like throw stuff together, do you know what I mean? It's like whatever we put out with the song, like image wise, has to represent what the song is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it
And
can't
that's,
just
it's
be
so
a
much
random-
easier to do that in house, because if you give it to someone else, you commission someone else to do it, they don't kind of get the vision, do you know what I mean? Whereas if it's Sam, or if it's Josh, or whoever it may
you
be,
can't pay another artist to put your emotion
exactly,
into it, can you?
yeah. Do you know what I mean? If we've wrote the song, I feel like it's really nice to have that connection to the art as well, do you know what I mean? And the promotion side of stuff is just so much better. It feels so much more personal.
That's one thing we struggled with Linkway, because we used Canva for basically everything.
Yeah.
And we put like stock Canva shit in.
Oh, jeez.
It was mad.
Yeah.
It was honestly mad. But now that I've like spent time looking into all this kind of stuff, and now that I'm doing my degree in music management, I've started to learn that music is way more than just music.
Yeah.
I said this on the podcast with Ted and Alfie, is your musicians aren't no longer musicians. They're photographers, videographers, they're Instagram professionals, you know, you've got to be an influencer, all this kind of shit.
And if you don't catch on to that like really quickly, then you're like doomed to fail from the beginning, do you know what I mean?
Oh, big time, yeah.
Which is, again, it's so shit, because it's like, I just want to put my effort into the music and the art, do you know what I mean? But it's like,
It also like cannibalizes like the scene like creatively, because you always end up stepping on other people's toes who could be doing this.
exactly,
Yeah. Like,
yeah, it is really annoying,
Yeah.
to be honest, like.
People don't understand how hard it is to do all this kind of stuff as well, though.
And how much money it costs.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Like, this EP that we're doing, it's like 7 tracks, 2 of which are like interlude-y kind of tracks that we don't have to record in the studio. Like, we're just getting, I think Josh is doing one for us, Seth from Lipper I think is doing one for us, Jonah maybe is gonna like help out on one. But so just them 5 tracks is like 1,500 quid.
and that's like a good price.
And that's cheap, do you know what I mean? But then you've got £50 a track mastering on top of that. And like one of the songs we need like a string section, so we've got to hire a violin player to come in.
Yeah.
So it's, and like hiring out amps, there's like specific amps that these want to use, and it's like hiring specific gear out to come and get the sound that we want. It's like up like touching $2,000 for 5 songs.
You see, we're quite lucky in that regard, because Bailey bought a quad Cortex.
Yeah.
So now we can do both guitarists through it and a bassist when we get one, all through the fucking quad Cortex.
Yeah.
'Cause
See.
right now we don't have a live bass player.
Yeah.
The rest of the band is, though, you know.
It is worth it, like investing in stuff like that, I think, for in the long run. But it's just so expensive. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's
big
ridiculous.
time. You'll never have to rent an amp again.
No. Yeah.
You just got to look after a box.
Yeah.
And that's got your whole show on it.
It's mad that though, isn't it? Because like if that box fails, you're fucked. Like mega fucked. So
What's good about them though is you can automatically change the tones and stuff. So if you play live to a click, you can then have each section the guitar tone change automatically.
oh, that's
the next
cool.
bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you'll know how to bother about like, you know, pedals and shit. You just
Yeah.
play and then play the next part and it'll
Yeah,
change.
yeah, definitely.
And that
That's
saves
really cool.
you your feet as well, because you don't have to like carry
Yeah.
pedals around and then stand on them and stuff at the right time and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
mean,
really good.
you and pedals don't really get on, do you? You and
I think
gear,
I'm like actually cursed with it though.
you genuinely
like,
are. Every
genuinely.
gig we play,
Mhm.
something breaks. Like
I remember with Linkwit, it's always power cables.
him, it's like guitars, like full, like
Guitars.
just
Yeah.
breaking
I
down.
think
I mean,
3.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, partly my fault. Like the last gig we played, I fucking like did this big fucking jump kick and like booted the guitar.
Did you?
And like the fucking jack like twisted.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. And I was like, why's the guitar gone off? Awful, mate. Awful.
What guitar have you been playing? Like,
I've
Is
got-
that still on?
Which one? Yeah. It is,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Oh yeah, this really scares me because it goes onto here, and then
this is killing it.
it'll still record.
Oh, yeah,
But I'm scared to one day it's just gonna switch off.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I get scared of that with this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What guitar are you running right now?
I've got like some Squire thing.
Mhm.
It's just like a strat, but
Yeah.
with active pickups. I don't know shit about gear, to be honest.
Fair. I mean, me neither. I just know that metal is loud, wood's quieter.
Yeah.
When it comes to drums.
Yeah.
'Cause, like metal snare drum is just like.
I love a metal snare drum.
Yeah, big time. What snare drum are you using right now? I know you're not a drummer for One More Day, but you are a drummer.
I've got a World Max nickel coated brass, 14 by 5.5.
Damn.
So right. Well, it's the guy who used to design for Ludwig.
Yeah.
Went off and started his own company.
Right.
And
Okay, sick.
they're phenomenal. It's basically like a Black Beauty copy, but by the fucking fella who designed the Black Beauty. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Oh wow.
they're
So he went off and
good.
was like, I know what makes a good drum. I'm gonna do it myself.
do it yourself.
Wow.
They're good.
Fair enough.
They're solid, and they're cheap as well.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? I think it was like 230 quid maybe.
That's good
Yeah.
for a Black
It's
Beauty ripoff.
solid, mate. And we've had it for like 15 years. Do you know what I mean? It's my dad's. So
Yeah.
it's solid.
Because I
Really
know
good.
you've got the most amazing ride cymbal. I don't know if you still have it. The 26-inch ride cymbal.
Oh,
24.
yeah, 24.
24.
Mental.
Mate, that ride cymbal.
Mental.
I think I might have put it back on the kit
Yeah.
at the Lipper gig.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember carrying it, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Playing that. Did you play that big
I
26-inch bass drum?
Yes,
Yeah,
26-inch bass drum, 24-inch ride cymbal. Yeah,
That was mental.
that
I love
drum
that kit.
Is that your dad's kit? Is it?
Yeah, yeah, that's his like touring kit.
Wow, mate, that sounded amazing.
It's unreal.
It felt weird playing double bass on a 26-inch kick drum
Yeah.
though.
It's weirdly like tight though, like weirdly like really nice sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent a while tuning my kick drum recently, and it got this is like the difference between tuning it in a shed and
Yeah.
then putting it in like a
A
600
big
cap
room,
venue.
yeah.
So I like got it out my shed, tuned it, and then it was like sounding quite high pitched, and I was like, I've spent like half an hour tuning this, I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
Went straight to the venue, put it on the drum kit, and then the support band was. One of the support bands was using my kit, so he started playing, and I was like, "Oh, is that kit triggered?" And I was like, "I tuned that really well." I had no idea what it was going to sound like, and then through the PA, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Sounds unreal.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's boss running through like a massive sound system in it, like and you can feel it in your chest. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't wait to start playing them like bigger rooms.
yeah. Mainly because in the smaller rooms, I feel like your band, well, not just your band, but any band can't really get their sound across properly.
Yeah.
Because, like, mainly with a kick drum, in a small room, the kick drum is just going to sound like boom,
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 yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
You're never going to get, like, the noise that you want out of a kick
Yeah,
drum.
and the thing is as well, like our on stage, like I know he's sat there now, like fucking twiddling his thumbs, do you know what I mean? Looking down, but on stage, our band is such like a big personality. Do you know what I mean? It's like constantly like running around the fucking stage. Do you know what I mean? No matter how small it is. Like last time we played in Outpost, the stage is just the floor,
Yeah.
and it's tiny, but it's like still. And that's my issue that I have with a lot of bands is I don't care whether I'm playing to 3 people, 300 people, or like 30,000. You've got to put the same amount of energy into every single show because people like that's what people thrive off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People in the audience are just gonna stand there like that until you tell them not to. Do you know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
you're moving and you're really like invigorated, you've got this energy on stage, then people are gonna thrive off that. Do you know what I mean? And it bounces back to you, and it gives you like a good reputation for being a live band. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people like kind of go wrong.
Yeah.
Is like, obviously we focus on like writing music and recording and stuff as well, but like to me the most important part is like playing live.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it, and I just think like more bands need to start putting energy into like the set.
You can tell people to do like one thing that really pisses me off is when people say, "Come take a step forward, come here," because you shouldn't tell people. You should show people how they're gonna act. So if you want an audience to mosh, jump, go mental, the band has to do the same.
Yeah, well,
like,
exactly.
People say as a drummer you can't really do stuff like that, but you can. If your head is,
I mean, you've just got to watch like fucking Joey Jordison, like in them early Slipknot years, like
exactly.
all that standing on the stool and stuff like that. Like Dylan does all that shit, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
That is how to get an audience to. You get them in the hand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
You can't do that just playing your music.
No, you can't just stand there like that. Do you know what I mean? And like fucking put your head down.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Unless you're like a really specific person. It works for some people.
Yeah, I mean, like specific bands, but like it wouldn't work for us.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Just standing there doing nothing. The best stage we've ever played on was the Future Yard, though.
Yeah.
I really like the Quarry.
I like
It's
Quarry.
deadly, but like,
It's
it's fun.
Yeah, if you fall off that stage, you're done for.
How tall is that stage? It looks tall.
It's like that tall.
Yeah.
But it's got like a drop on either side.
And steps.
Ooh.
But if you fall off stage left, you're just going into like loads of gear. Mate.
It's like Needle Pit from Saw.
Yeah, literally. You're absolutely done. So I like put my foot on a monitor and went like that, and the monitor slipped, and I like nearly went over and was like, and the floor's like tiles, like concrete tiles.
Also, if you land head first, you'll get in a hospital.
Cracked.
Playing.
Yeah, mental.
The band, a download. In the middle of the download main stage, there's a big square which, for some reason, is just a hole. So if you, when you're on the download main stage, this lad was stood next to me because it was like, I don't know what time, 4 a.m, and everyone was fucking knackered.
Yeah.
And we were doing Avenged Sevenfold stage setup, and we were getting the lighting rigs down, taking them off, and putting Avenged on.
Yeah.
Because there's like a lighting rig there, which everyone could just put their lights on and just send them up. But Avenged were like, no, we're gonna put ours up.
Yeah.
So we were going towards like the middle, and then this lad there's this square probably that big.
Yeah.
He put one foot into like the side of it, and then his leg just went through the fucking stage.
Yikes!
Yeah, it was like,
fuck that.
It was, if he'd like stepped a little bit more one way, his whole body probably could have gone through it. If anything,
Jesus.
It's dangerous.
That's
that stage.
deadly. That.
And you'd think,
Sue and Andy Goffin.
yeah, innit?
Jesus.
You'd think that stage was like dead safe, but like it's like wood panels that thick.
Yeah. Huge.
Laid on top of each other, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. That's it. The download stage is absolutely massive as well. That's like my life goal. To play down on that stage. Like, even, do you know what? Not even that stage. Just to play downloads is like always. But I mean, I've been going to downloads since I was like 10. Do you know what I mean? It was the first gig I ever went to.
Yeah.
Since as soon as I walked into that arena, I was like, yeah, this is what I need to do.
This is the thing.
Yeah, this is it.
From playing download, I've not done that. From working download made me realise I don't want to work download, I want to play it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be arsed with this. I want to just play on that stage right now. You know what I mean?
Defo, 100%.
It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't try and do the Bloodstock competition. You know, the one where you play in like the Manchester venue and
I think when
I see the issue is I think I've emailed a lot of the Manchester venues and then I forgot the password to the email.
Oh.
So we got a lot of replies and then I just never did.
So you could have played Bloodstock and you didn't even know.
Yeah. We've had all these amazing offers to play all these great festivals. Yeah. And Sam's lost the email to the fucking. Sam's lost the password to the email.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh my
Got it back now though. So.
Yeah. After the fact.
Yeah,
Which download did you go? Your first download?
2014.
Who was
Aerosmith.
playing? Aerosmith.
Headline
Did you
the
do the full
Sunday.
weekend or?
No, I just did the Sunday to see Aerosmith.
Oh, fair enough.
I think Linkin Park headline that year,
Did they?
and I think maybe Avenged Sevenfold.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
Avenged first year.
Linkin Park? No, sorry. Avenged Sevenfold have headlined Download before.
Avenged Sevenfold have done it 3 times now. Yeah,
Really?
they did 2014 was the first year. They did it
I'm clueless. I didn't know. I thought this was their first
2018.
one.
No, 2018 they did it out, which was really good. They were great that year.
I'm a Muppet, man.
And then last year, yeah.
Wow. Fair enough.
Avenged
I
Sevenfold are
didn't know.
great. I really like them.
Yeah.
I used to really like them. I mean, their newer stuff isn't really for me. The Stage is a fantastic album, though, in my opinion. I love The Stage.
Because they remind me a bit of Metallica in the way of every album sounds like them, but not the same.
Yeah.
But this new one just not vibing.
Nah, I don't like it.
I'm just not vibing with it.
There was one song I didn't mind, but then it got like too proggy and like brought saxophones and shit.
Saxophones
Yeah.
and shit.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh my god, fantastic! Imagine being the person who deals with their finances and being like, they got a sax player now.
Yeah, literally just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
Call them up, be like, if you got a sax player.
You should
now, what's
have
going
used
on?"
being like, fucking, it says tax fraud. So you're like, what's going on here? Genuinely.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how much he's getting to play sax for Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, mate, it must be a bit.
Well,
Avenged
must
Sevenfold
be.
are massive. Like, they're a lot bigger than I remember them. Like, they're a lot bigger than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Headline and Download 3 times is like quite a phenomenal feat.
Like
Like,
people that get to do it once.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bring Me will be a Download staple now. From now on,
Yeah.
they're gonna be back
If
like every other year. Then
If you got a prediction for next year,
yeah,
what?
Linkin Park obviously.
Yeah.
Linkin Park are gonna do it. Of course they are.
With Andy being at the LA gig,
yeah.
he's got to have booked them.
Yeah, I think they've been booked for a while. I think they've known that they're going to come back for a while because Mike Shinoda's been chatting a lot of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Linkin Park are going to do it, obviously. There's been a lot of talk about like Iron Maiden and Slipknot again. Which fucks it. Like, I've seen Slipknot like 3 times, and each time they've got progressively worse.
No,
Like,
fair enough.
They're just, I don't know.
I think now they've got Eloy though. I really do think it'll hit different
I
live.
like Jay.
Prefer Jay.
Jay.
Oh wow.
I think Jay was more embodied Joey
Yeah.
a lot more. Eloy's
Right.
the best drummer on the planet. Do you know what I mean? Eloy Casagrande is the best metal drummer on the planet. There isn't a question about it. But I don't think he's like a good fit for Slipknot. Slipknot's
Right.
always been like, especially if you listen to them for like fucking first 2 albums,
Yeah.
it's like janky, and it's when you see them play live, it's like it's chaotic, and they've got that like chaos about them. Eloy's too tight.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing too much. Do you know what I mean?
He's
and I
too
can't.
good.
He's too good. He is. He's too good. And Jay was the perfect replacement for Joey. Not that there'll ever be a replacement for Joey Jordison, but Jay was the closest they were ever gonna get.
Yeah.
Like they didn't. There was no need for them to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The one downside for me with Eloy is he can't do a traditional blast beat.
Yeah.
Like he can't do the blah, 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 but he does the da 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 da, and some songs like Devil and I just
Need that
the
traditional.
traditional blast beat. Have you guys put many blast beats in your songs recently?
We
Or
got
are
one
you
in
planning to?
something new that we've written.
Have we?
In like the new breakdown sort of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, I mean Dylan loves them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I just try and steer them away from them. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I don't really like them. I don't fuck with blast beats. Controversial as like a metal drummer. I don't like them.
I do like a blast beat. In the right context.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you just like oversaturate it, do you know, like the Devil in I blast beat, fantastic.
Yeah.
But like,
It's perfect as like a climax in a song.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you who does the main writing for Formula Day?
wasn't
Yeah.
it?
This is like a sensitive question to ask. Then everyone's like,
It
no, my royalties.
No, I mean everything gets split
Yeah.
equally 4
Yeah.
ways. Well, I mean 5 ways if Josh is involved.
Yeah.
Which at the minute it's like touch and go on
Yeah.
that. But
It just depends on like the point of when you're asking. When Josh was in the band, he did a lot of the writing
Yeah.
at that point.
yeah,
But otherwise now it's mostly me and my. Well, actually
Yeah.
no, it's everyone in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is a lot of us.
Yeah.
So what are you doing first when it comes to writing a song then?
It depends, because like either I'll like demo something out and send it and be like, "What do you think? Do you want to change it around a bit?" Or we'll just go in the studio and bring like riffs and stuff,
Yeah.
and see where we can go from there.
Yeah.
I mean, my like favorite way of writing is genuinely just getting in a room together, all 4 of us, and going right. Have you like Sam or Alfie? Have you got anything? Do you know what I mean? To show like
Yeah.
play something, and then we'll just start playing.
Yeah.
And that's how like most of our shit generally comes about, is we just get in there, we start playing, and we go, oh, I quite like that bit, I like that bit, that needs to change, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
But it's
both easier and harder. Because
Yeah.
it's such a pain in the ass to get like the right amount of time to do it, and then getting everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I think like it's so difficult, but like our band works like pretty well. Is all four of us have listened to such different music and want to write such different things.
Yeah.
That it's hard to get to a point where we get something that we all really like, but when we get there, it's really good.
Yeah.
Because like Dylan's coming from like a fucking, you know, he loves like blast beats, and it goes, you know, See Space Cowboy, he's writing stuff like that. Alfie loves like beatdown. Do you know what I mean? He's into like shoegazy and like post-hardcore stuff, and then obviously I'm coming at it from like the emo side of stuff.
Yeah.
So like when it gels, it really gels. Do you know what I mean? But getting to that point is so difficult because of how different we all are music wise.
I think one of them things that like the emo-y specifically the emo kind of music needs is more complicated drumming, which is amazing.
100%,
that perfect match from Dylan to you then, Mike.
Yeah.
Because like emo music really needs like the more complicated double bass stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, them fills and stuff.
I mean, I think like we've been talking recently, haven't we? Like we're kind of both going away from like heavy music.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just
not.
It's just not.
Just like couldn't have overdone it for myself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like super into it for like years.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather listen to like some nonsense instead.
You're a bit
Yeah.
knackered from it now.
It's just it's gotten boring. I think it's so oversaturated.
Yeah.
There's stuff that people were doing in like the early 2000s that no one's doing now, and it's like, where's that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to bring that back. So I think we're just kind of, especially like with this new EP. Obviously, it's still heavy. Like it's always going to be heavy, but it's
We just don't have the same like love for that sort of music as like a lot of other bands around here do.
yeah,
So there's no point writing it because someone's
No.
gonna have more passion to put into doing it.
exactly.
Is there
Like
any artists you think have got like the right idea?
like right now.
Yeah.
Like locally or just like in general.
Either. Like
Okay.
big worldwide ones as well.
I've really been into that Mood Ring album recently.
The one with Disintegrate and stuff.
Yeah. That's a great album. They're like, that's kind of the way that I would like to kind of take the band a little bit more. Maybe with like a little bit more emo influence, kind of going in that like shoegazy, like Loathe almost kind of direction. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, with a bit more like up in there.
It just turned off for a second. It's okay because it told me it turned off. Because before now, it hasn't told me that it's turned off.
Yeah.
And then it's just turned off.
Oh Jesus.
And then there'd be a solid 7 minutes of no audio. And then I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So it's just a black screen for 7 minutes with a sorry,
Oh,
no, you know.
no film, yeah.
No film.
No
just
video,
audio.
yeah. Be a great director.
What were you saying?
Perfect.
Perfect bands right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So Mood Ring.
Heaven Unknown as well. They do like that whole like Underoath sound really well and have like the visuals to back it up. I think they arguably do it as well as even like bigger bands like Static Dress, but obviously the newer, so
Yeah.
more context.
I've not
for us.
heard Static Dress's new song, I'm not gonna lie.
You haven't heard it or you don't like it?
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard much Static Dress at all, to be
No.
honest with you,
Really?
which I feel really bad.
Static Dress are
I'm
fucking
so
great.
sorry.
Static Dress is solid. One of the most creative bands. Like, we've worked with them, and they're just like, he's weird, isn't he?
Or work with them.
Worked with them, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, been in a room with them while they're working.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy, man. He's sick. Like he's an alright fella. Do you know what I mean? But you can tell he's that kind of like, he knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
And he knows exactly what he's got to do to get there.
Right,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? So he's just so driven, and he doesn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
He's just so creative, and he's got such a crazy mind for
Yeah.
all of that stuff, like art and filming, and obviously the music. Like he's got a vision, and he knows how to get it out there.
Do you think that could hinder Static Dress in the future?
Absolutely. I think if you're like artistically honest, it's always gonna like hold back what you can possibly do to
Yeah.
make yourself more popular.
Yeah.
But I guess if that's not what's important to you, then don't bother.
Yeah.
I think at like the same time, I think he just like he wants to get his vision out there, and if no one likes it, then no one likes it. You know what I mean? And I respect that, but at the same time, I want to be fucking famous. So you know, I'm not. That's not me, unfortunately.
That's where we differ.
Yeah, I know, because you're a bit more like that, of like, this is what I want, and if no one else likes it, then so be it. You know what I mean? Yeah, which again, like we write music for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever we sit down to write a song, we're writing so that we like it. Like I've gotta write music that I would listen to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's lovely when other people want to hear it as well. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I really want to try and like bring something different to the table, because Liverpool's so oversaturated with like hardcore at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. Do you know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I'm not
No,
like,
the scene is doing really, really well, which is good
Yeah.
for bands.
which is fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got like Witch Eater out here thriving. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, yeah.
And shit like that. Like Loathe really paved the way for all that, especially in Liverpool. But there's too much of it now. In my opinion, the scene needs someone like, or a band to come along and change that,
Yeah.
kind of shuffle it about a bit, because every band is just doing the same thing in town now.
They need more metalcore shit in Liverpool.
They have been getting better with the metalcore stuff. Though.
Yeah, Rosemary.
Yeah.
Rosemary are
Oh,
phenomenal.
yes.
Oh my
I was
god.
thinking more like Blade and Step Beyond, but
Blade, I
Yeah.
mean, I haven't listened to much Blade, but like,
yeah, Rosemary too.
Rosemary are, I mean, really good mates of ours.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
And like you've got like Arcadia Ego, who are coming along and doing like the whole post-hardcore thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other like local bands who are doing stuff that's a little bit different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Athena. They
don't
kind of
know.
do like heavy post-hardcore, like
Yeah.
Golden Absence sort of stuff.
Yeah, Holden Absence are great band. Maybank as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't done anything for a while. We're playing with them on Friday. I don't know when this will be out, but we're playing in the Clam and Anger on Friday, which is a mental gig. I don't know
I'll
how
get
that.
this out as soon as I
came
possibly
about.
can.
But yeah, Maybank are great. They're kind of like a bit softer, do you know what I mean? And that's, again, like the scene needs shit like that.
Yeah.
Needs like a good variation, because at the minute it feels like it's like just one genre. Do you know what I mean? Which is fine.
I need to get more into the Liverpool music scene again and understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Because I see loads of videos of people in like normal lit rooms and there's like a hardcore band playing. And I'm like, where's this? Where was the poster? Where's my invite?
Exactly. It's weird, isn't it? Because like a lot of the time, shit like that, like they'll make a post like the day before and just be like, "I'll come to this house."
And there'll be about 30 people there.
Yeah. Oh, I went to a Witch Eater show in a house in
That's so witchy.
show in a house in Everton near Goodison. And it was this abandoned, like this old house that no one lived in, and it had like a hair salon in the fucking like in the next room, and they just set up a kit and a PA and just played, and everyone kicked the shit out of each other.
Amazing.
It was great.
That's fantastic.
I just got crunk and beat the shit out of
Got
someone in a
crunk.
house. Yeah, fucking boss, mate. So good.
Oh, I wish I was. I mean, I absolutely love Paradigm, but I do really want to do a gig like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
I mean,
wanna
and
do a
that's
gig
the
like that.
issue, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
in a band like Paradigm, you kind of can't play in somewhere like that.
We rely on gear a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing in Lost Art on the 28th, which is going to be mental. But like, it's like a really hardcore lineup, so we're trying to like write stuff that's like a bit more in that vein at the minute,
Yeah.
just so we can kind of like get in there and be like, because I think a lot of the thing is as well, people like, especially like if you're talking about like No Play trying to book like hardcore bands in counterculture and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of the time we don't get booked by them because we're viewed as like a lighter band. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just trying to find like a place for them to fit us on the bill. which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
really
It's like
difficult
trying to
for
find
them,
other bands
obviously.
to play with.
So, what's your favourite genres of music at the moment?
I don't know.
Because I was gonna suggest metalcore for the next question I'm gonna give you. I don't know if you've seen what I've been asking
Yeah.
people.
Build a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I listen to a lot of post-hardcore at the minute. I don't know what you...
Either gonna be like alt pop or like
pop.
post-hardcore.
God damn. Okay. So
Really
I
well.
want you to make a post-hardcore? I want you to make a post-hardcore band using 5 members,
Right.
a drummer, 2 guitarists, a bass player, and a vocalist.
Oof.
And then I'll ask you the question afterwards.
Okay.
I think I'd have to go Sam Ogden on drums from Stack Dress.
Okay.
He's an unbelievable drummer. Super underrated. He really reminds me of Aaron Gillespie is his name from Under Oath, something like that.
Yeah.
Really reminds me of him. Phenomenal drummer. I genuinely don't know. Guitar wise, I don't know members of bands.
Yeah, I found this issue the other week.
Yeah. As soon as you've asked me, I've just blanked on everything.
I was trying to name the guitarist from Tesseract, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's genuine. It's so difficult. Like,
Yeah.
not a post-hardcore band, but Stephen Carpenter from Deftones.
Right.
Incredible guitar player.
Yeah.
It's a strange sounding band.
Yeah, but I think it'll work. Let me cook.
It's right. Alfie put Eloy Casagrande in a hardcore band the other week. So.
I mean hey, to be fair, that's snare tone.
Oh yeah.
And one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Alfie. Stepping on plugs is definitely worse than stepping on Lego. It's awful. I stepped on a plug once and I lifted my foot up and the plug was still in my foot.
You are Plugfoot.
I am Plugfoot, it's me. I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. It was terrible. It was absolutely shocking. Well worse than Lego. Sorry. Back to the thing. Sorry, I just thought that was a massive talking point the other week when Alfie was here. I just wanted to circle back to that.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, so who have I got? Sam Ogden. The guy from Deftones. Vocals. Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco. No, probably.
These promo shots are gonna look mad.
Yeah, defo. I don't know. I don't know what bands I like. Oh, the guy from Hot Mulligan on vocals, 1,000,000%.
Cool.
Crazy sounding band. I don't care. I don't know any bass players.
What about bands with good bass players?
Alfie from One More Day on bass. And that's all you're getting. You can have 4. Yeah, thank you so much.
done.
That was my TED talk.
Okay, so you're gonna make a what band?
Oh, you know, just make it post-hardcore band. It's gonna be easy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
just pick 4 people, 5 people.
Just everyone from Under Oath.
Yeah, just Under Oath.
You're
Yeah.
just gonna have Under Oath. That's fair enough. Well, it's been a pleasure having you both on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. Nice one.